Good morning, everyone. Monday morning, ready to get the work week going. I just pulled it in, Chrysler 300. This is the stock one that he wants me to do. Basically, just firm it up, like firm up the shifts, tighten up the, firm up the, or not firm up, but increase like throttle response. Just because the base 300 is like very mushy. It's not very responsive. So I'll get all that dialed, and then, like I said, later this week, I think Wednesday, he wants me to do a bass tune on the built 300 that he's got. Like I said, rebuilt 5.7. It does have aftermarket rods and pistons, aftermarket cam, and the big thing right now is he says it's got Hellcat Red Eye injectors, which are like a 96-pound injectors, but it's still in stock tune, and he tried to fire it. Yeah, it's not gonna run right. So that's later this week. So let's get this thing going. There's something, like I said, there's some things I could do. Make the throttle more responsive, turn off the MDS, because this was one of the first vehicles with Dodge's MDS system in it. So turn that off, go through it a little bit, maybe add a little bit of timing, depends. Dodge does a really good job with the timing table, and you really don't need to add any. So, and the knock sensors are pretty sensitive in these cars. So we'll see what how much timing's in it, and we'll go from there. And yeah, so let's get to work. Let's get the tune pulled and take a look at it. What's up, guys? It's Tuesday, and it's the end of the day. I have been running around like crazy. And just dealing with stuff, ordering parts for different vehicles, and just a lot of things going on. I got the motor out of that Silverado. That was another big part for today. My buddy Ben basically finished up the Turbo Silverado. So tomorrow probably will go get that. He put an exhaust on it, did the intercooler piping, put the grill on, all that stuff. He did all that for me. Yeah, well, he said the water pump is leaking bad. So it needs a water pump. So he's going to throw a water pump on it tomorrow morning. And then I can get it back to my shop. Looking through my parts pile, I think I'm going to throw a converter in it, because it's got the stock converter in it right now. And it's kind of a dog. It's got a big turbo, stock converter. I think it's got like a 342 gear. It's not really got a good gear in the rear. It's not really good for a stock bottom end either. So I was looking through my stockpile, and I have a Jegs XHD converter that was in the Mustang for a little bit, and actually just literally 20 minutes ago, I fixed my my Pro Torque converter that was restalled by PTC, had a broken bolt in it from one of the drag weeks. And today I was like, you know what, let me try to get it out. I got it out. Little welder, hot glue, or no, what is it? Some metal glue, and I got the broken bolt out. So that's awesome. So that will go back into the Mustang when that is ready to go back together. Speaking of, I talked to the engine builder, the original engine builder that did that engine, and I just was trying to get a time frame on what he, because my plan was I didn't think I could get that engine refreshed before drag week. So I was on the hunt for another 58X engine, but then again, I got to do more work, swap the engine again. So I called him this morning, and he's like, yeah, give me a couple weeks, let me clear some engines out, and we'll touch base, and then you could just drop it off. And if it needs just a thrust bearing or whatever, we'll take care of it. I was like, all right. So that's great. I'm glad I lit a fire under my own butt and called the engine builder. So that got that going for me. What else? I think I got a plan for the Le Mans. I got a plan what I want to do with that car. That car is going to be a stick shift car, but that's going to be a while. Apparently, a T56 does not fit in that car. You have to cut the complete floor out of it, like the trans tunnel, to make a T56 fit. But a TKX does fit with no floor modifications. But a TKX is also $4 grand, $3 grand. And I was looking into it, but between the trans, like the hydraulic clutch pedal and everything, clutch, drive shaft, I'll probably be about $6,000 into that swap. So I'm not going to do that right away, but I am going to put the 5.7 LS1 that I have in that car. I'm going to get that in. I'm actually going to leave it carbureted too. Leave it carbureted. I have basically everything I need except the intake manifold to put that car together. So I'm probably going to do that. My Turbo 350 that's in the car was rebuilt and is also a dual bolt pattern. So it can do BOP, Buick Olds Pontiac, or Chevy. So I have that. So I'll get that, get some motor mounts, and get that dialed. And that will be a summer cruiser with the Turbo 350 for now. And then I'll save my pennies, and eventually we'll get a stick shift TKX. So I think that's it. Going to be it for today. I'm on my way to go get my daughter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have the built 300C. Oh, it's actually just a 300. It's not a C. Regular 300, but it's got a built 5.7 in it that the guy it's got Hellcat red eye injectors in it, and it's not tuned for it. And he tried to start it, and it wasn't good. So gonna go over there tomorrow and get a base tune dialed for that. So I'll try to film it. I don't know if he'll let me film, but I'll see you guys tomorrow.
What's up, guys? I don't know what day I filmed last, but today is Thursday, if that gives you any inclination of how this week went. But we're here, and like I said, I didn't really want to film the Silverado, but just it's basically done. Well, it's not done. That's the old motor. It is out. New motor is in. Just basically got like intake manifold, water pump, accessories, stuff like that. And then this can get out of here. Like I do a DOD delete on it. It's a factory GM cam L8T, which doesn't require any tuning. Just turn the DOD off in the computer. So there's that. Tomorrow I have a little S10 coming, actually getting dropped off tonight, and that's getting dropped off tonight. And it's just an LS1. I think Turbo 400 or Turbo 350. I forget. I don't think it's 4-speed. Like it's automatic. I don't think it's 460. I can't remember, honestly. Guy built it a while ago, and just now is ready for tuning. So that's nice. He's just been taking his time getting it all dialed. So that's tomorrow. My Turbo Silverado is back, and basically I had my buddy Ben. He did intercooler piping and put an exhaust on it from the downpipe back, and I had a little muffler, some just generic straight through 3-inch muffler he threw on it, little side pipe. Thing's good to go. So I was out tuning earlier today with it. It's on like 7 pounds, and it runs good. It blows the tires off. 7 pounds rolling into it, 20-30 mile an hour. I did it yesterday. Oh, it's not here anymore. But I had a broken bolt in my converter, my original Pro Torque converter that I sent out to PTC. PTC restalled it for me, and that converter is awesome. Like, I love the way it came right up on like literally 2-3 seconds. It's 10 pounds of boost. Awesome converter. But the problem was it had a broken bolt in it, and it must have happened when we were pulling the trans out at one of the drag weeks, and no big deal. It just, things happen. So it wasn't cross-threaded or anything. It was just over-tightened, and it's a 3/8 bolt, so whatever. I had some time, and I bought a Jegs X HD unit for it, and I put that converter in it because I wasn't pushing the car. But now that I want to push this car, I wanted to fix that converter, and it's good to go. So that when the trans goes back in, yeah, that'll go in also. What else? I told you I talked to my engine builder for the Mustang. He is going to get me into his schedule for that engine. So that'll get in. Actually, it's funny, if you look at this K member, it is it's actually a Ford K member. And someone was over the other day and they're like, hey dude, your K member's broken. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I don't know how it got those deep screws gouges in it, but no, it's broke right here. So yeah, I have another buddy that was partying a car out, and he has a Team Z tubular K member, so I'm gonna grab that off of him. Because it's funny, we LS swapped this probably, I don't know, 15 years ago at this point. And it's funny, nobody was making motor mounts. Nobody. And we made our own. Some roll bars, some flat stock, and we made our own motor mounts for this engine. And yeah, because like I said, this was probably one of the first LS swapped vehicles in the area, LS swapped Mustang in the area. So if you actually go look on, his name is Big Clive. He did the video on this thing when I had like, it was just, I think actually a stock 5.3 turbo 400 and a turbo and a 76 millimeter turbo. It went like high tens. It was great. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna get out of here for today. I'm exhausted from putting this engine in. Fighting it by myself is not fun, but I'm not at the point where I can hire somebody yet, so just gotta do it myself. So we're gonna get out of here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday, and we're gonna get right to work. I have this little S10 in. I think it's like a 94-ish, 93, 94 body style. It's like the round eye, where it starts with the round eye. But it's got an LS1, 5.7 LS1 aluminum engine and a T56. So super cool setup. It's stock cam for right now. He just wants me to dial it in and just make sure it's healthy. Make sure everything's good. He got it running, driving, bled the coolant, all that stuff. But now he's ready to floor it, and he wants to make sure it's safe. So we're gonna hook the laptop up, take it for a ride, and see how she does. It had just a generic bass tune, like some companies online, like Black Bear, and this might have been from PSI or something. Just a generic, like, it literally turns off the VATs. That's about all they do. And yeah, so let's hook the computer up and go for a drive. I'm back. So for a drive in the little S10, and I basically was dialing the MAF in, and this is a custom intake tube, so obviously the MAF curve needs to be adjusted. O2s are working properly. I'm getting it within 2-3%. Fuel trims. Go to floor it, and it's got a wideband in it. Go to floor it, dead lean. All right, add some more fuel. Floor it again, dead lean. I'm like, what is going on? And the wideband's going lean. The narrow bands are bottoming out, going almost 0.02 millivolts. So it's telling me the engine's lean. I can feel it's bucking. Its power is not there. The fuel is not there. Something is causing fuel. So run back to the shop and hook up my fuel pressure tester. I'll include the video here. And I had a feeling this might be an issue because I saw the single fuel line, and I mean, it's very popular with a lot of swaps. People use the Corvette style, like a C5 Corvette filter / regulator. Now, the problem is Amazon and eBay, I think, are just killing quality. And honestly, I would only trust one from the dealer, because it's a factory part. Now, even then, you could possibly get bad ones. But still, if I was to use that style filter regulator, I would get it from the dealer. But the problem is, I think a little bit more than that. I'll take you on the truck in a second. And basically, it's losing fuel pressure, and I'm not exactly. Now, like I said, let's take a look. I'll show you. I know there's no jack stand, but I'm not under it, so I'm just gonna show you. So there is the filter and regulator, or the pump and filter regulator. Now the problem is that's an inline pump and there's no sump on the tank. So it's pulling through the stock hat. So it's pulling up and, you know, out of the factory hat to feed the pump. That's issue number one. And then issue number two, like I said, this is potentially, I don't know for certain if that is an Amazonian or eBay filter / regulator. That's the cause of our issues, or the, you know, stem of our issues. So I reached out to him already. I'm waiting for him to give me a call back and let me know. But ideally, that pump, it looks like it's an AM 380. I mean, I run 2 of those on the Mustang. They're great pumps. Supply plenty of fuel. Now, normally, when you run a big pump like that with one of those filter / regulators, you overrun the regulator and you'll get crazy fuel pressure because it can't return all of the fuel that it wants, all the fuel that the pump is supplying, it can't return it fast enough. Usually those filter / regulators you only use with like a max 255 or something 190, 255, nothing crazy. Now this engine combo, at least right now, doesn't need that 380, doesn't need that big of a pump. It's a stock LS1, and even if he does a cam on pump gas, it probably still would only need a 255 pump. It wouldn't need that 380. So I got a couple of suggestions for him, and we'll try a couple different things. We might even go to the later S10 setup, and that is just an in-tank, like a Vortec, like a later Vortec one, because that's 58 psi, 58 psi fuel pressure, and it should drop right in the tank. So we can do that. Get rid of the inline pump, and, you know, because this is kind of a driver too, so he really doesn't even need that big, like I said, that big of a pump and external. I am really not a fan of external pumps anymore, just because there's such good in-tank pumps available now. Like you can do a 400, 450, a 525. Like there's huge in-tank pumps you can get now. So it's like almost, you know, unless it's a fuel cell, and, you know, but even then you can get, like I bought one actually for one of my Fairmonts at one point. There's a drop-in, all billet machined fuel pump assembly that dropped into a fuel cell. It was twin 450s. I actually got to have it. I got to sell it because I have no need for it now. But anyway, I'm going to get this car down and, like I said, put it outside and have him, you know, go over a couple options and have him come get it. That's it for this one for now. It's got a safe tune up in it. Like I said, it's a stock LS1, so it's good. I just dialed the cruising fuel a little bit. Tried to get his tack working. His tack doesn't seem to be responding right. But I'm going to jump back onto the Silverado and get that banged out so that I can leave today. Ideally today. Let's get to work. It's the end of the day. I finished about 90% of the Silverado. Monday I got to do the tune portion of it and do like fluids. That's about it. And that thing can go. S10 came and picked up, so he's going to fix the fuel issue. At least, like I said, I don't know if I actually mentioned it in the last clip. If he does like a 98, like 98-ish, so S10 4.3 pump, that should be 58 psi pump, and yeah, could probably just do that. Yeah, that'll work at least for NA, for, you know, stock cam and everything. If he wants to do a cam, maybe we'll have to do it on the pump or something, but it looks like he just likes to drive it. So, I mean, it's also an LS1 in a little S10, so it kind of rips. Like, it's funny, you floored it, and it holds, like air fuel kind of dips low where it should, and then it goes lean. So, like, initially, you feel the torque, and you feel the power, and then it's like, no. So he's gonna get that fixed next week. Actually, I'm gonna go to that 300, that built 300. He reached out. He actually got like a stomach bug earlier this week, and he wanted to reschedule. So hopefully, sometime next week, I can go over to his shop and get that car at least started.
yeah, I think I might run to a buddy's this weekend. He has some like industrial shelving. I really would like to kind of clean up the one corner I have so it doesn't look like just a pile of parts. Like they're kind of sort of, organized, but I want them on a shelf. I want them up, and so that way I can clean and there's more floor space there if I need to pull a car close to it or something. And then also this Camaro, the harness came for, so I'll probably do that next week. As of right now, I don't have any tuning, but that always changes. They always hit me up late night or on the weekend, so we'll see if there's anything for next week. But right now, nothing, and that's okay because I've been growing like crazy, so I would like to clean and organize and catch my breath for a second. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Definitely a lot short, probably shorter than the other ones. And as always, thank you for watching, and appreciate if you are subscribed. I think the count is slowly getting up there, but it is what it is. I'm also doing it for, I don't know, if I teach somebody something about tuning, or just general knowledge, whatever. But have a good one, guys. I'll see you next week.